All right, guys, we're going to try this one more time. All right, so having a little technology issue. You know, my computer just decided it was just too much. This message was too much fire. All right, so we'll try this one more time. I'm gonna go old school. Let's go into the phone. All right, so let's start over. This is Ecom Underground Daily. This is number 11. And what I want to talk to you about today is going from commodity to community. What I love about this, it gets me fired up because it really is how we start separating out our brands. It's how we really are going to position ourselves in the marketplace so that we're not just selling another commodity. We're not just selling something that is based on price alone. That price is the only thing people are looking at. It is one of the critical things you'll have to figure out, and you'll have to sort of start thinking about to really start building something long-term, sustainable, and scalable that isn't just going to be swept away by the next guy with the lowest price. So where this idea sort of came to me and where I wanted to share it with you is, you know, we talk a lot about sort of building your own sandbox, but to do that you have to get clear on your message. That is like the fundamentals. We all want to focus on tactics, right? Tactics are fun. That's like, you know, using messenger bots, or should I use Facebook Live? That's cool. But we want to go back to principles, because when we get our foundation right, everything else falls into place. So a few weeks ago, we talked about message and how important message is. So for you and your brand, you need to get clear on your promise, the promise of your brand, your benefits. Like, why should people buy? What is the benefit? Are you in weight loss? You're going to help them lose weight. You're going to have to help them get in shape. Great. That's like, you must have that. Next is your positioning. Who are you actually serving? Are you serving men? Are you serving women? Are you serving people between certain amounts of weight they have to lose? Are you targeting them more through functional exercise or strictly through like bodybuilding or, you know, just weightlifting? What is your position in this weight loss market? So your promise is you're going to help them lose weight and get in shape, get more energy. Great. Everyone in your market's doing that. What's your positioning? Okay, now we're getting to the point where we can get people to raise their hand and say yes, right? We want people to say yes or no, no maybe. So in that moment when someone says, yes, I want your promise, in that moment, you're actually starting to create a little bit of a community, right? You're starting to separate them out. The next thing is, what's your big idea? What's the big thing that separates you? You know, there's a great example with P90X. They were in weight loss. It was all about their message of, you know, losing weight. They were targeting people. Their positioning was, we're going to work out longer, not shorter. You know, instead of the craze of 7-minute abs, they were 1.5-hour workouts. But they had this big idea. It was like the technology or the system. The one thing that separated them from every other workout was this idea of muscle confusion. So it was something that not only positioned them differently in the market, but made people raise their hand. So this started creating a fan base, people who were now creating a community that were entrenched in this message that they were putting out there. So no longer is it another weight loss program. Weight loss programs are a dime a dozen. I can go on YouTube and I can get them all for free. I can find a weight loss challenge for free right now, or for, you know, $9.99 or something. They're all over the place. The thing that separates you is this message, because now people want to be a part of your community. Now you take that a layer deeper, and you can do something where you take your product and start. You can create a community inside of Facebook and start bridging people over into your brand. So you can create a community of people who love to work out, get them having a conversation, and now pulling them over to your brand, to your message, and create sort of a sub-community out of that community. Hopefully that makes sense. The big thing is, it's not just, here's what my promise is, here's what my price is. As long as you're in that world, product lifespans are much shorter, and you never really have a competitive advantage. But once you have a message that differentiates you, once you start turning your brand into more of a community, now you're able to start bringing people to something bigger. Now you're just bringing them over to a culture, to your tribe. I have a friend who sells kombucha. The guy's brilliant. Dave, we call him Dave Kombucha. So he does amazingly well with his products, but he has a culture. Kombucha culture, for those of you who get that, that's pretty cool. But he has a culture that he's created, right? So now he has a really cool culture that, like, he's created this, what does he call it? I think he calls it Kombuchaholics or something like that. And it's awesome. Like, he's created people that are now, they feel like they're part of something bigger than just making some tea, some fermented tea. Because as long as you're just making fermented tea, it's all about price. And I guarantee you, in your niche, there is a unique way to position yourself, a way to have one big idea where you move away from commodity, just another product, and you can actually create a community and a culture around your business. And again, if you want to take it a step further, you can actually create a community on Facebook, for example, of people who love your niche, and then bridge them over to what you have to sell. And from day one, you're now bringing them over to your culture without ever having them really go out and start searching for the best price. You indoctrinate them into your culture. So hopefully that was helpful. It's something I really want. We're going to be talking more about it, but I want to sort of start getting that stirring like in your minds, and I want you to start thinking of your business, of what you think are just physical products, as something much bigger. They're part of a movement. They're part of a culture. And if we can start to develop that, we start positioning ourselves in a much different light in front of our customers, and we start building long-term businesses. So hopefully that was helpful. We'll talk more about it. Tune in tomorrow. We're going to have a special guest. I'm so excited. One of my clients is going to actually come on, and we're just gonna talk a little bit, and you'll be able to hear about some of the insights that I've shared with him, and some of the things I've learned from him and he's learned from me, and it'll be fun. So, all right, guys, I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.